Welcome everybody to today's 15-minute easy peasy daily drawing. Show you what I got today. I just got the usual. I remembered a pen today, brought some colored pencils and my standard HB pencils, eraser, coffee, and tape, and then I got a little still life set up here. That's what we're going to do today. You guys are having a good day, so I'm just going to start off just by doing just a quick sketch, what we call just a little line sketch. So I decided to do like a simple still life today, just because that's what a lot of people are going to want to see. When you say you're doing some drawing, no one wants to see doodles. They want to see like a still life or a portrait or something like that. So we're going to move in that direction. But just I want everyone to know that there's no bad lines, and everything can be corrected and worked with. And sometimes those mistakes are exactly what you want to happen. So just take a deep breath and start on in. So let's just do a couple little quick lines. And again, you can just see how bad mine is, and then you could determine that anyone can do it. All right, so I got okay. Okay, now that I got my basic outline, I don't know if you guys can see that, I'll highlight it just a little bit, a little darker. Yeah, these are just objects I just found around the office. Okay, just darken it up so you guys can see. Again, far from perfect, but we're just having some fun. And that's the point. Okay, everything can be corrected. And the most important thing is that you're enjoying yourself. Okay. Okay, so now we got our basic little setup here. We got a jar, coffee pod, my pencil sharpener. All right. So now I'm just going to fill in a couple of lines just that I just want to give each object, spend like 2 or 3 seconds on each object, and just flesh it out just a little bit. Just do some line work, a little cross-hatching if you want. We discussed cross-hatching a little bit yesterday. Just when you do some lines in one way and then lines in a different way to give it a little bit of depth. If you feel like doing some shading, I'm probably going to do a little combination of everything, just because that's the way we're going to roll today. So I'm just going to start off by just doing, this is easy because this jar here already has this kind of these lines on it. So, and that goes with the roundness of the container. So I'm going to cluster a little bit more here. Okay, and then fade it out, fade it out, fade it out. Okay. Then here, just do a kind of give it again. So we have this line here, gives it a little depth. And I'm going to put the label like this too, just a little bit. It's amazing how much that little curve there is going to give it a little bit of just a little curve, and it's amazing how okay, it's a repticalcium. That's for our good friend Marty. Okay, then I'm going to move over here. This I'm going to do a little shade. Okay, so I'm going to do like a light. I'm going to just shade it down here, just a little bit like that. So I'm going to leave this mostly open here, but just kind of like just lightly shaded in here. Okay, and this background item here. So again, this is, we want to flush it out a little bit, so we're going to give it a little bit of a mix like that. And it's got some of these okay, all of a sudden stuff is starting to come alive just a little bit. That's all you want. Okay, just a little bit of curvature here, a little curvature here, a little curvature here, just to accent the overall dynamic here. And then This one here, let's see, let's take a look at our darkest, this is our darkest spot here. So I'm going to do some cross hatching here. Just so we can kind of play with that just a little bit. Okay, that's just little X's. This is going to be the dark, it's the darkest spot that I can see right here. So I'm just going to, and then we're going to flow the rest of this just in just like this. Because this is a lighter, this is a darker color than the top piece. Okay, let's go a little, we got lines, they're going this way. These lines are going vertically, and we got some like this. Okay, then let's try shading this opposite. Okay, so now, okay, so the lines, okay, we just get you fill it in just like this. All right. Okay. It's amazing how just like the direction that you go is going to give it all sort of a little bit of a... Alright, now let's look at these chopsticks. These chopsticks are clearly darker here, so it's almost like this, almost like maybe darker there, and then darker there. Now this time I'm going to use the eraser just a little bit. I don't use the eraser very often, but just to clean up that spot, because it's almost like 4 distinct lines. Okay, so we got 1 and 2. Light and dark, light, and then we'll just a little bit more right here. There we go. So that looks pretty good. And then here, you can do. Okay, again, it doesn't have to be. We know that it says bamboo chopsticks, but it doesn't matter, really. You know, you could kind of adjust that. You could toss in some Chinese characters. Okay. And no offense to Chinese characters, I wish I knew more of them. But don't be afraid to just have a little fun with it. Okay. And then if you do like the little there we go. Okay, we got our little panda bear here at the bottom. Alright, so I'm liking how this is going so far. Now, let's just fool around with this a little bit. This is going to be a little fun. Alright, coffee break. Take a quick sip. I hope you guys have something, a beverage of choice. Mine's usually the coffee or tea. We're going to just take a look at what we have. Look at what we've drawn. Okay, take a deep breath. We have no background. It just kind of sits nicely onto itself. Okay, well, let's just get back into it. But let's add some little color. I think color would be good, because we haven't added any color yet, and we really haven't combined color into many of the things yet. So let's just do this. Okay, so notice these lines here are going vertically. Let's do some horizontal lines. They kind of go the same way as the top. All right. So once we do that, and then once we do that, then we could darken this up at the top. Hey George, I'll be with you in a minute. Okay. So yes, there we go. Okay, we get the orange going there. Okay, and then let's just fill this one in just a little bit here. So we got this here. Alright, and just you're almost doing some cross hatching here. with the sketch, because we had these lines going this way to round it out, and then now we're filling in the color going the opposite way. All right. Okay, let's make this monochromatic. So we're just going to do some extremely light tones, almost just picking and choosing where we're going to add color, almost like stripes, but because it fills in here, okay, it's very light, very light. Okay. All right. So we got that. Now let's just do this. We're going to just do kind of a color wash. So we're just going to do this. Alright, just do the wording in a different color. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to add some ink here, so let's just do a little outline in the ink here.
It's 20 cents for black and white, 50 cents
Okay.
for color. That's it.
Amazing how much just a little darkness can pop everything. Okay, so as you can see, it just makes everything pop just a little bit. And then we could choose. We can either do the label in black or do the, I'm going to do the label. There we go. Okay, and then we could do, okay, I'm going to leave that. Alright, so this has been our little activity for the time being, so let's just label this. Today is Wednesday. Okay. Okay, so let's just do why not? Okay. Impromptu bubble letters. Okay, a little messy, but that's what we're supposed to do here. And again, highlight Wednesday. Oops. Alright. Okay. Okay, Wednesday, October 27th today, right? Okay. Let's have some fun with it. Okay. Sketch number 1. Alright, so this one turned out great. I'm really happy with it. Just a little thumbnail. Alright, so we're gonna always do that. Keep it down, but then alright, get that out of the way. Well, let's just spend another minute doing something else. Again, I'm just using scrap paper. It's kind of like I was thinking about it today, and I was like, how come I'm not using? I have nicer paper. I was like, how come I'm not using nicer paper? And I thought about it, and I was it's kind of like this someone on the swim team using like old shorts, swimming in board trunks. So they swim in their board trunks, they do all the practice in the board trunks, and then someday someone says, all right, today's a race. And when they go race, they wear the Speedo, and when they jump in the water, they're a lot faster. So it's kind of the same thing. I know that's a strange comparison, but I think that for me now, we're just playing around. So why not use this kind of copy paper? Okay, it's kind of fun. Okay, it's cheap, it's abundant. We just utilize it, and then we can. All right, guys. So I just checked the time. It is actually 15 minutes. So let's pause it there for the day. And then just double check. So that's our sketch for today. So we did some nice work here. Just having some fun. But this was kind of like one of our first still lifes with a grouping of objects. They're all kind of circular or cylinder, I should say. So it's a good way to start if you don't want to be too intimidated. So I'd suggest grabbing a couple objects that are either cube, sphere, or cylindrical, and doing one yourself. And I hope you enjoyed today's daily drawing, easy peasy daily drawing, 15 minutes. I had a blast. I'm super relaxed, enjoying myself. I'm going to finish my cup of coffee and get on with the rest of my day, but I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.